Hey there, magical beings. Welcome to my channel. I am Aradia Arcanum, and this video is another video in the series of Back to My Roots. And if this is your first time here, please do consider subscribing and hitting the bell to be notified, if not only to know when my videos is coming out, because I don't have a regular schedule, as you may have noticed if you've been here for a while. But if you've seen the thumbnail, you know that this video is going to be about energy work, and these videos, Back to My Roots, are about me going back to the beginning of my practice, what I learned in the beginning and what I think about it now, and maybe talking about some of the videos that I've done here on YouTube back in the beginning. I don't know how long I've been here, 5 years, maybe 4, I don't know. But energy work, I think, is very important. Learning the different methods, the different practices, I think it's something that's very foundational in all types of magic. No matter what it is that you are doing, you are going to be working with energy. So without further ado, get comfy. You can listen to this podcast style if you desire. I don't know if I'm going to have B-roll. Get comfortable and hear what it is I have to say. So, energy work. Way back when I first started in my magic journey, you will hear me start all my Back to My Roots videos off like this because, you know, it is what it is. So back when I first started, one of the things that I kept hearing about was charging like your candle, charging your tools. And when you start something new, whatever that is, whatever you are learning about, there is going to be a set of terminology that you will need to learn to understand what you are working with. So one of those things, those terms was charging. And I kept hearing this when I was like, okay, I want to learn how to work with candles. I want to learn to work with my altar tools. I kept hearing about charging. Charge your altar tools, charge your crystals. When you work with a candle, charge the candle with your intention. So naturally, right, I wanted to understand what that meant. How was this applied when working with energy, right? So that took me down the path of learning different methods of energy work. And most people know already about Reiki. That was one of the things that I went down the path learning, took that journey over the course of years. And along with Reiki, I learned to work with singing bowls. I learned to work with tuning forks. Love working with tuning forks. It feels very direct, because you are directly working with the tones and the frequencies. Just different methods that helped allow me to develop this awareness of how to work with energy, where it's coming from. And even also, there was a book that I purchased that opened up my eyes to our biofield, and it was called The Subtle Body. I don't remember the author. I will put the book here as B-roll. But this was a great book because it opened my awareness to our energy bodies. Okay, so as I was editing this video, I wanted to give more information on this book because in editing this video, it made me go take a look back at this book. I haven't opened this book in years. I purchased this book way back in the beginning of my practice, as I mentioned, learning about energy work. But this book here needs more of a mention, because in looking at, I'm going through just to share with you the table of contents so that you can know what's in this book. But so that's where I need my glasses, excuse me. So in this book, right, it has energy and energy healing, and it goes through the human anatomy. And then part 3 is energy fields. So it goes through all different types of energy fields. And then channels of energy and channels of light, what those are. And it goes through energy bodies, chakras, and other light switches, meaning how to activate those energies. And then it goes through the different energy practices. But with the energy bodies, they have Kundalini, the unifying force, scientific principles, meet chakra theory, chakra systems from around the world, the Jewish mystical energy system, the ancient Kabbalah. This book is a wealth of knowledge and information if you want to know all about the different energies, not just energy bodies, but ways to work with energy fields and the different types of energy. So I just wanted to drop in here as I was editing the video and share a bit more about this book because, you know, in looking at it, it just brought back all the things, all the reasons why I was excited to have this book and how it helped me. So definitely, if you're interested in energy, this is definitely a good book to have. So if you've watched some of my older videos, and I say older because I haven't done a video like that in a while, candle magic, you'll see that I hover over the candle and do a gesture like this, right? And this is what I mean when I say charge the candle, right? You're raising your vibration and you know, so that energy can go into the magic. And right, the candle is the wax, the wick, and the flame that is carrying the magic into where it needs to go. So raising your frequency, right, your vibrational frequencies is a part of the energy work and is a part of charging that candle with your magic. So that is what you'll see me do. So like if you're a beginner and you're like, why the hell are people doing this? That is, at least when you see me do it, that is what I'm doing. I am raising my vibrational frequencies, right? At that point, when you see me do that, the energy is already raised, right? Because you set the tone of the magic, right? You set the tone of the space. And by the time you get to the point of, because, right, maybe you've dressed your candle, you've set the space around the candle, you've placed the candle, and at that point you're charged up and your energy is going into the candle, into the magic. So I think that is important to learn and know what it is that you are doing. There's other things that go into that, but right now we're talking about energy work. I also want to say that one of the things that I talk about, at least more over on Magic Alchemy Circle, right now we are actually going through to the foreseeable future, we will be going over energy work and the different methods and how we work with them and all the things. And we are starting out with the vampire magic. And if you follow me here on YouTube, you know my history with vampirism, the vampire community. But I approach it via like the journey of the vampire and also vampire magic from an occult perspective. So why I include this in energy work, if not for the obvious, if you know, for some people that know about vampirism, it is more for you to learn about how you manipulate your energy and the energy around you. And I know a lot of people don't like that word, maybe love and light, fluffy bunny people, but that's my word for them, fluffy bunnies. But you are, whatever magic you are doing, I don't care if you're saying it's for the greater good, you are manipulating energies. So when we talk about vampirism, while yes, it could be parasitic, it could be, this malefic energy, it also is beneficial for you to understand and learn. If not for you knowing what someone working that magic malefically is doing, you have to understand it. But the reason why I think it's important, well, in one way to learn the importance of how to work with energy is because it helps you know about the energy around you, because more so because you are, as they say in like vampirism, you are the predator, right? Your goal is not to be the prey, right? So if you don't like the word predator, right, then you can be the prey if you desire. Some people like that. But I'd rather not be the prey. So I want to be predatory, if that's a better word for you. But being predatory in this sense, at least how I'm speaking about it, is knowing those subtle shifts in energies, knowing what energies are around me, knowing how to transmute that, knowing how to shift it, if I feel it being some kind of way, right? And there's a lot of different practices that you could do. Have fun with it, right? When you walk out of the house, take stock of how your energy is and how you are feeling, and then you go out to wherever it is you're going and take stock of how your energy is feeling now. So that's learning about your energy and the energy around you, how your energy is affected and in relation to energies around you. But when energy attacks are sent to you, they aren't, some of them are, but for the most part, they aren't like, charged, right? They aren't like coming at you in a way where they're going to be so noticeable, because that would defeat the purpose, right? It is those, especially vampirism, right? Those subtle attacks that slowly feed on you, and you will not notice it if you aren't aware of your energy. You'll just think, oh, maybe I need to take some vitamins or something like that. But it's a slow, subtle draining. And if you aren't aware of your energy body, and if you aren't aware of how you move and maneuver within those energies, you will 100% be a victim to any attacks that may come at you, because you won't have a clue about it being energy that is draining you. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I think learning about energy, and doesn't have to be through vampirism, it could be different methods of energy, but starting out with knowing your energy body, your auric field, right, your biofield. Start out by learning that, and when you become aware of yourself, right, because a lot of people aren't aware of what they can do, what they're made up of, and how they maneuver. Once you learn that, then charging that candle charging your magic becomes more effective, and you are more successful in your magic. And also you are more successful in shielding, right? Protecting yourself, because shielding is a form of energy work. You are energetically shielding yourself from attacks, from mental attacks, from psychic attacks. And that is how you can, right, a part of casting a circle. It's this shielded space. You're within this sacred space. So energy work, you can see how it flows throughout all forms of your practice, and how you can see how being aware of it and knowing how to manipulate it, knowing how to work with those energies, you'll be better off for it, right? And you are like that, your spidey senses will go off if you feel like there's a shift, a subtle shift, right? You'll notice that subtle shift before it's too late, before you are too drained and it has already affected you in the way that it was meant to affect you, in the way that that person sent it to you. And some are sent intentionally or unintentionally, right? You know, whether it's malefic, some send it for good, right? You might have that auntie, uncle, or parent that's praying for you, right? They may be praying for you because they are Christian and you are not. So that prayer, although they mean it for good, is essentially coming against your who you are and your magic. So that's negative energy coming at you. So there's all reasons why it is important to understand energy. And when I talk about this, I often tell people that Reiki is a good structure, a good format to help you understand how to channel energy. While I don't do Reiki right now, like I don't as a service. And when I tell people they should learn Reiki, I'm not saying that so that they can be a Reiki practitioner, because Lord knows we have enough of those. So that is my reason is to help you better understand, have a deeper connection to understanding how to work energy. And in Reiki, they, at least I know I do, and other practitioners, they teach how to disconnect, right? Because we have those energy cords, how to notice the subtle energies. So all of what I'm saying about energy, it is actually taught within Reiki. So that is one of the ways that I think to get an overall sense, right, of understanding energy is through Reiki. And if that's for you, right? I did tuning forks. I did a whole for months. I took a course, in-person course on learning how to heal with tuning forks, which was a great practice. And I use tuning forks till today on myself in my magic. And if you want to learn Reiki, I do have a Reiki course. It's very cheap, and it is kind of a plug, but I didn't say all of that to plug the Reiki course, because there's, again, a plethora of information out there on Reiki. But that's just if you want to come over to the Magic Alchemy Circle. And so that is what I wanted to share with you. And let me know that if you are a practitioner, and whether you're a beginner or seasoned practitioner, how does energy work play a role for you? Did this resonate with you? Were you like this in the beginning? Did you have to understand what like charging the candle is all about and charging your tools? Let me know. I want to have that conversation. I love hearing about people's journeys, especially those journeys that I've been through, and I want to hear what other people, how they experienced it. And let me know your thoughts on energy work. So until the next video, I love you all, and into the shadows.